This is how Elfie and I get started with our training sessions. So I have him sit in front of me and stay. Elfie, stay. Good boy. And I want to just loop his training collar underneath his jaw. And then you hear that little click. And you want to click it right between his two ears. And so his training collar will be above his regular collar. And you want to just sit closer to the bottom of his jaw here than it is lower on his neck. So you just want to see it kind of sit here kind of high. And as you add links as he grows, just make sure that it's not loose. You want it to be just the perfect little snug size so that it's not drooping down to his regular collar, but that it stays in this position. So now with the leash, I want to have him always on my left side. Elfie, sit. Good boy. And what I want is for the leash to kind of loop down towards his body like that. You don't want to see the leash still tight like this. I want to see a little bit of that slack. So you see how I put my hand on a part of the leash so that I can accomplish that. And the reason for this is so that I can use the training collar the way that it's meant to be used. So you want to have an opportunity to give him a correction with the training collar, and that's why I ask that you have that slack. And a correction just looks like a really quick bop and release. So it's going to be really fast. So you would say the command, give him the quick bop and release, and then I've given him the correction just now. And what it's doing is the collar is compressing within itself and it's applying pressure to one spot. Similar to how an e-collar works, it's grabbing their attention, they're feeling the pressure, and they're going, what? So as you're giving him the correction, you would either say, no, Elfie, or you would be saying the command that you're giving him. So with training, Elfie and I, we've really established 2 tones of voice, and this is something that I want you to also use in your training with him. So I have my Elfie sit, good boy. My praise voice, yes. And when I give him praise, I want him to see him be calm. If he was to be all jumpy right now, I would say, no, Elfie, sit. I would take control of the situation and give tension to leash and show him that I want him to stay seated while I give him praise. Good boy. And then I have my no, Elfie. And when he hears that, I'm usually giving him the correction at the same time, that quick bop and release, and giving him direction as what to do next. I don't dwell on the correction. I just move forward. So we're ready for our training session. Yes. And these are all things that I incorporate during his training. So I will mention them as we go here, but it is super important that you're using the leash the correct way in the training collar, and also incorporating those 2 tones of voice and really being encouraging to Elfie, but also making sure he understands what no means as well.